What happened last week when they took a shot at my hero and they tried to kill the next president of the United States? Enough was enough, and I said, let Trumpomania run wild, brother. Let Trumpomania rule again. Let Trumpomania make America great again.
This is my video update on this Friday afternoon, July the 19th. Let's talk about some news. And today is 404 Friday, Blue Screen Friday. Microsoft systems are in meltdown mode because CrowdStrike uploaded some sort of software update, and this has caused Microsoft systems to crash. And much of the world is in computer meltdown mode. Remember CrowdStrike, Russiagate, DNC, Hillary Clinton email leaks or email hacks or whatever they were going with at the time. CrowdStrike, Russiagate. So that is what is going on today. 404 Friday. CrowdStrike issued a statement saying this was not a cyber attack, but this was some sort of software update failure, and they are deploying a fix. But at the moment, you have airlines canceling flights. You have shops having to accept cash payments. Oh my God. They are having to accept cash payments. Wow. So yeah, that's what's going on in the world today on this Friday. And since we're on the topic of 404, let's talk about Elensky and Project Ukraine. So Elensky, he is in the UK at this European country council meeting that is taking place in Britain. Keir Starmer is hosting this event that Macron created 4 years ago or something like that, so that EU member states can come together and discuss geopolitical issues. Why the UK is hosting this event, if this is some sort of Macron EU initiative, don't know, don't care. Keir Starmer said some stuff at this event. Boring. Elensky spoke at this event. Whatever. Whatever, Elensky. This is a meaningless event because any meeting of the collective West without the United States is meaningless. Absolutely meaningless. Who cares what the EU member states have to say when it comes to geopolitics? They will do whatever the US tells them to do. But Elensky, he did speak, I believe, to, I want to say the BBC, but I'm not quite sure. He gave an interview to one of the British mainstream media outlets, whatever. They're all the same. And Elensky, my God, Elensky, talk about zero self-awareness. He was asked, will you continue until the war is over? And Elensky said, yes, we have to finish it. We must end him. I think this is important for our country, for our people. And the reporter asked, end with Vladimir Putin? And Elensky said, yes. We must end the Putin. This is important for our country and our people to end the Putin, said Elensky. He is talking about ending Putin, while at this very moment, his number one sponsor, Joe Biden, is undergoing a regime change, a coup d'etat. Joe Biden his presidency is melting down. And Zelensky is talking about the Putin. Zero self-awareness from the man in the green T-shirt. He was also asked by the reporter if he was affected by Biden calling him Putin during the NATO conference. Didn't you have a heart attack when President Biden, standing next to you, introduced you to the people as President Putin? And Elensky answered, he was just mistaken. It doesn't mean anything to me. Biden, he just mistaken. This means nothing to me. I don't care what he call me. He can call me Putin. He can call me Macron. I don't care. Just give me money. Give me money and homes, and I am fine. Yeah, so that was Elensky giving an interview to some UK media outlet. Elensky was also asked about Trump and Trump's statement that he's going to end the conflict in Ukraine in 24 hours. And Elensky said that this is impossible and that no one will push Zelensky to end the conflict. That is pretty much what he said about Trump's statement about ending the war in Ukraine. And there are reports that came out today which claim that Trump in the next few days will actually call Zelensky. We will see if Trump does decide to reach out to Zelensky, as long as it's by phone and not in person. Just make sure, Trump, that you do not meet Zelensky face to face, and absolutely make sure that Zelensky doesn't hug you. Because Zelensky sure did hug Biden a whole lot. Boy, did Zelensky hug Biden. And now we see what's happening to Biden. We are about to witness the mother of all Elensky curses is about to take effect. And that is Joe Biden. That's going to be a big Elensky curse. Boy, is that going to be a big one. We also have reports from Bloomberg that Ukraine is heading towards a default. Ukraine plans law allowing foreign debt payment suspension. Draft law submitted as August 1st coupon payment deadline looms. Government creditors are in talks over debt restructuring. So they're trying to restructure this debt. But they want the people that were dumb enough, the companies that were dumb enough to actually loan Ukraine money, they want them to take a haircut of 60%. That is what Ukraine is demanding of these companies. But these private investors are going up to, I believe, 22% haircut. So quite a big difference. But I can't believe that the Biden White House is going to allow a Ukraine default to happen. I just can't believe it. We will see. We are getting very close to the August 1st deadline. So Trump, he gave his speech at the RNC. On balance, it was a good speech. Trump, the unifier, that's what they're going with. And Trump, in this speech, he said that the U.S. is in decline, which I think is a good statement for Trump to say in a speech, because if you don't admit that you have a problem, then you can't fix the problem. And the US, they have a lot of big problems that need a lot of fixing. And one of the big problems that need fixing are all the wars. And Trump said that he will end all of the wars. We will see. Let's wait to see if Trump does win in November, and then we have to wait and see who Trump picks for his foreign policy team. Who is going to be Trump's Secretary of State? Who is going to be Trump's National Security Advisor? That will decide what type of foreign policy the Trump administration will be pursuing. And hopefully Trump will stay away from the Pompeos and the Boltons and the McMasters. And he will not listen to the Lindsey Grahams. And hopefully the neocons will not infiltrate the Trump White House, especially the foreign policy part of the Trump White House. But we're going to have to wait and see. We still have a ways to go to see if Trump can actually end all of these terrible wars. Tucker Carlson also spoke yesterday. He gave a good speech at the RNC. Hulk Hogan, he spoke yesterday at the RNC. So it was it was quite a day in Milwaukee. I liked seeing Hulk Hogan speak at the convention. I was a fan of Hulk Hogan. Who did not like Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant? But you know who my favorite was? I have to admit, my absolute favorite. And there was a movie about them just a few months ago, right? The Iron Claw. The Iron Claw, the Von Erichs, right? The Von Erich brothers. Remember them? The Iron Claw. Boy, did I love the Iron Claw. That was my favorite. Anyway, it was an interesting day. Tucker Carlson gave a good speech as well. And it's interesting to see Tucker Carlson speak at the RNC with Trump speaking as well. That tells you how much influence Tucker has in the Trump camp. So we have to now talk about the Biden meltdown. 404 Biden. We have 404 Elensky and Ukraine. Well, we have 404 Friday. We have 404 Elensky and Ukraine, and now we have to talk about 404 Biden, blue screen Biden. And he is, from what I understand, he is in Delaware in hiding, in quarantine after he was diagnosed with the coof. Is that what you say? You're diagnosed with it? I don't know. I have no idea. He came down with the coof all of a sudden, and now he is in hiding in Delaware. And the Washington Post, they came out with an article. Obama tells allies Biden's path to winning re-election has greatly diminished. The former president, hugely influential in the party, has told associates that Biden's path to victory has significantly shrunk. In some conversations, Biden has told people he is concerned that the polls are moving away from Biden, that former President Donald Trump's electoral path is expanding, and that the donors are abandoning the president. According to the Washington Post, Obama said that Biden's path to re-election has greatly diminished. You gotta love Obama. Obama speak, huh? Your path to re-election has greatly diminished. You're screwed. That's basically Obama saying you're screwed. You have to go. We tortured some folks. Your path to re-election is greatly diminished. Obama. And 2 weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago, remember that Obama tweet where he came out in support of Biden? Remember that Twitter X post? And we were talking about that tweet. And it was obvious that when Obama puts out a tweet like that in public, behind the scenes, Obama is working to remove Biden. Obama is working to screw you. That is Obama. That is how Obama operates. Publicly, he is the unifier. Publicly, he's the good guy. He's Obama, right? The great Democrat president. That's his public persona, his public image. Behind the scenes, Obama is always up to no good, but Obama always makes sure that whatever no good he's doing behind the scenes, it doesn't affect his public image. So when he put out that tweet on Twitter and he said, I fully support Biden, red flags for me. I said, uh-oh, Biden is in big trouble. Obama wants Biden out. And sure enough, 3 weeks later, that is what the Washington Post is reporting. And it's not only Obama, it's Pelosi, it's Adam Schiff. Remember Adam Schiff? CrowdStrike, Russiagate, hacked emails. That Adam Schiff. Yep, Adam Schiff. Schumer, Jeffries. All the top dogs in the Democrat party, all of the top officials, they want Biden gone. He's done. He's done. He is absolutely done. The Biden Victory Fund has stopped fundraising. That's not a good sign. That is not a good sign at all. And there are reports that Kamala Harris is actually interviewing vice presidents. And she's got 3 people in mind. She's interviewing VPs. So I guess you could say that given Biden's statements at the NATO 75th anniversary summit, I guess you could say that President Trump, aka or Vice President Trump, aka Vice President Kamala Harris, is interviewing vice presidents. I don't know. It's all so confusing. It's all so confusing. What a mess. What a mess the Democrats have found themselves in. So yeah, Biden is in deep poo-poo. It's Friday. The weekend is coming. Markets are going to close. We have a convenient CrowdStrike computer blue screen meltdown. Biden is in hiding with the COOF. And we're getting all of these reports that the Democrats, they want Biden gone. Everything is lining up for Biden to announce either today or over the weekend that he's pulling out of the race. And if he pulls out of the race, the next question has to come, which is, well, if you're not mentally okay upstairs to run for re-election, then how in God's name can you remain president for the next 5 months? Which would then mean that we would be looking at a Kamala presidency, right? That's the logical progression of things. CBS News is reporting that the DNC says a virtual roll call to nominate Biden will happen in August. It has been postponed. It was supposed to happen either next Friday. It was supposed to happen, I believe, next Friday, and now they're going to postpone it till August. Once defiant, Biden is now soul-searching about dropping out of the race, according to Reuters. Axios is saying top Democrats believe Biden will withdraw this weekend. People close to Biden say he appears to accept he may have to leave the race. It's lights out for Joe. Lights out for Joe. And you have Elensky in the UK talking about removing the Putin. It seems like Elensky is completely unaware of the meltdown that is happening with his number one puppet master, Biden. The Biden White House that was pulling Zelensky's strings is now in meltdown mode. But a Biden administration, a Harris administration, will be no different than a Biden administration, a 5-month Harris administration. So I guess Zelensky still has 5 months of U.S. support, with Harris potentially becoming president of the United States. And for the Democrats, I think that's the best plan, actually, for the Democrats. When you think about it, the best way forward for the Democrats, if I was helping them strategize, I would tell them this. I would say, look, whether it's Biden or whether it's Harris, the way things are going right now, you're not going to defeat Trump. So what's the best thing you could do? Biden has to go. You have to memory hole Biden. You have to make him just completely disappear from the scene. You've got the media, you've got big tech. They can absolutely help you do that. Absolutely help you do that. So that's the first thing you got to do. Harris has to get the nomination for 2024. Then she becomes president. If you're the Democrats, you can then say, we've done it. We have shattered the glass ceiling, right? We got Harris in as president. Harris is happy. She makes history, even though it is history with an asterisk, right? But it's still history. She becomes the first woman president of the United States of America, even if it is for only 5 months. But hey, Barry Bonds, he holds the all-time home run record for a single season. And many people argue that his home run record, because of various substances, has an asterisk, but he's still the home run king. So Kamala Harris can still say that she was president of the United States. And even if she doesn't win against Trump, she gets all of the perks and all of the riches and all of the wealth that comes with being a former president. And if you're the Democrats, you memory hole Biden, you run Harris. Harris most likely loses, but at least you can try to win either the House or the Senate, or maybe both. If you get a lot of distance between the party and Biden, that's what I would do. But who am I? I'm just some guy walking around with a camera. So let's now talk about 404 EU, because the European Union, they have appointed Ursula von der Leyen for a second 5-year term. And Ursula is wasting no time warning the enemies of the European Union, and she is warning China. That is right. The EU is taking on China. China, anyone watching from China, you better be very, very afraid. Be very afraid, because when Ursula sends a warning, she means it. She absolutely means it. Take Ursula's warnings very seriously, China. According to Politico, von der Leyen vows to stop China from invading Taiwan. That's right. The Indo-Pacific, this is what Ursula said, the Indo-Pacific has become a decisive region for the world's future. We will work with Japan, Korea, New Zealand, and Australia, with whom we face common challenges. This includes our collective efforts to deploy the full range of our combined statecraft to deter China from unilaterally changing the status quo by military means, particularly over Taiwan. That's right, China. Ursula has tools. We've got tools. And she's not afraid to use her tools. And Japan and Korea, New Zealand, Australia, they're going to absolutely align behind Ursula in order to take on China. Oh boy. Oh boy, that's right. The European Union, they are going to stop China from taking Taiwan, because everyone knows that the Indo-Pacific is critical to the European Union, to the EU security architecture. Absolutely critical. Taiwan and the Indo-Pacific. This is EU national interests, if I guess you could say the EU has national interests. I don't know. But yeah, this is in the EU's interests, Taiwan and the Indo-Pacific. So they're going to absolutely try and stop China. And finally, that's from Ursula. Buckle up, European Union, for another 5 years of clown world. You know, at least for me and for the videos that I make, I will have another 5 years of really good material for my clown world segments. And now let's talk about the other big story from yesterday, which is that a drone hit downtown Tel Aviv yesterday evening. From what I understand, very close to the American embassy in Tel Aviv. And one person died and 7 or 8 people at the time of this recording were injured from this drone. And the incredible part to this story is that this drone was launched from Yemen and traveled a huge distance to hit Tel Aviv. And Israeli air defenses did not track this drone and did not see this drone. And I think that's the big story here. And Netanyahu was supposed to travel to the United States. He was supposed to speak to Congress on the invitation of Mike Johnson, and he has canceled his trip to the United States. Yemen has claimed responsibility. Yemeni armed forces claim the unprecedented drone strike on Tel Aviv near the U.S. Embassy office, which resulted in one death, was using a new drone called Yafa that bypasses Israeli systems and declares the city unsafe from this moment on. It's low flying. This drone is a low flying drone. And from what I am seeing here, it traversed the Negev at low altitude, avoiding radars. It's how Iraq strikes Eilat and Haifa as well. And that's how Yemen hit 2 ships in the Mediterranean. So Yemen has some pretty good drone technology. Where are they getting this drone technology? Anyway, that's what's going on in Tel Aviv. And I think now we can, well, let's do one more story. And then I kind of have a clown world. Let's go back to von der Leyen. She announced that she was beginning the formation of a new composition for the European Commission. Each country must present 2 candidates, a man and a woman. This is according to the second term von der Leyen. That's the first order of business, is countries that are going to put people into the positions of the European Commission, the candidates that they present to Van der Crazy, you have to have one woman and one man. And according to Zaharova, she said that it seems to me that the rights of non-binary individuals have been violated by Ursula. That's what Zaharova said in a statement. So let's do a couple of clown worlds, huh? There was some talk that Xi Jinping had suffered a stroke. It was all over social media the other day, and now we have pictures and images of Xi Jinping. He is fine, no stroke, all is good. Is that even a clown world? I don't know. But there are images of the sphere in Vegas with a blue screen. I don't know if this is true. I don't think this is true. I think this is fake. AI or Photoshop or something like that. But it's kind of funny, isn't it? The sphere in Vegas with a blue screen. No blue screens here. No computer meltdowns going on here. Just a beautiful statue of the legend, the man. Perhaps the greatest poet of all time. That's the video, everybody. theduran.locals.com. We are on Rumble, ODYSEE, BitChute, Telegram, Rockfin, and Twitter X. And go to the Duran shop. Pick up some limited edition merch. The link is in the description box down below. Take care.